It's time for my team news preview and lineup prediction for Silkeborg versus West Ham United. A game taking place this Thursday as football returns after a weekend off, of course, after commiserating and mourning the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. This game is taking place at JYSK Park over in Denmark as West Ham United take a second trip of the season over to Denmark for our Europa Conference League Group B stage game against Silkeborg, as I just said. Before we get into my team news and lineup, drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Official. If you are new, check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver & Son, by clicking the link in the description down below, as well as become a channel member as well if you would like to, for just £2.99 from £2.99 a month for all sorts of different perks there. So without further ado, we're going to get straight in to my lineup prediction then. And you know, my basis of this is I'm looking at it and I'm starting in this game as many players as I possibly can that I think won't start on Sunday against Everton, because obviously historically we know from last year that especially after an away European game, the same players, of course, are going to be tired, and we're not going to put in perhaps the best performance that we would have done, of course, without playing away on a Thursday night in Europe. So I've kind of put this in and put this lineup together. It's not a full strength lineup, but I'm using the squad depth that we now have that we didn't have the option of using last season. So let's get into it. In goal, our cup goalkeeper, no surprise that it's going to be Alphonse Areola in goal. Not really much to talk about him, to be honest. I think Areola will start in goal. You know, there's nothing more to say about it. Left back, listen, it could be one or the other. I'm not particularly bothered about this game, but whoever starts one doesn't start the other. So I probably should be putting Creswell in this game. And then, because I don't want either Emerson or Creswell starting both games, but I have put Emerson in just for the sake of putting somebody there. It's either Emerson or Creswell. I'm not really too bothered about this game, as long as the other left back plays this Sunday at Goodison Park. So I've put Emerson there, but it's up to debate, really. I'm not too bothered. Now, making his return, fingers crossed, if he's fully fit, the one, the only, Craig Dawson back. He's my first centre back, and my pairing. Of course, this gives an opportunity for a rest ahead of Sunday for Kera and for Zuma. Dawson comes back in and he starts this Conference League game. We've kept him here at West Ham, so we need to get him some game time. Craig Dawson will be accompanied by Angelo Ogbonna for me. The games he's played, and I think he's done very, very well. I'm starting to look back to his best, and I think this is again a good game for him to start. He's not going to be playing in the Premier League games, so these are the perfect games for Angelo Ogbonna to be starting in. Right back, we believe that Ben Johnson is still out injured, so Soufal will fill in that spot unless Harrison Ashby is not injured. But I'd expect Soufal to start there at right back. He'll probably start on Sunday as well, unless Johnson's fit. But there's not really too much we can do about that. Midfield, I've switched things up now. I do think Moyes will probably start Rice in there just for the physicality, and of course because it's Declan Rice. But the two centre midfielders I've put, and somebody mentioned it on our show we did the other night, just a live show talking about West Ham. I think it was Gary who said it was perhaps a midfield two or something like a Coventry and a Lanzini to rest those players there. We know Souček's got a foot injury, so he's ruled out of this game. Question marks over him ahead of the game on Sunday, so we could give a rest for a player like Flynn Downs, who you'd think would be the next choice after Souček to start in the Premier League if Souček is unavailable. So you'd think it would be Rice and Downs there. So to give those two a rest and get them to an optimum condition and playing, ready to play on Sunday, Coventry and Lanzini. And if it goes drastically wrong, you can bring Rice on at half time. This isn't set in stone, of course, this lineup, but it's just using the squad depth that we've got, because it'd be silly to start every single starting 11 player in this game, because we've then got a more important game really in the Premier League on Sunday. So I'm simply using the squad depth that we've got available, and I think Coventry and Lanzini could fit into those roles well. If it doesn't work, let's bring on Rice or just drop Fornals back or whatever to change things. I've put Fornals as a centre attacking midfielder, and he can then, the reason I put in there is he can drop back if needed to support that midfield two of Coventry and Lanzini. And let's see him in that role, resting Benrahma for me. ahead of the game on Sunday, because I'd like to see him starting against Everton so we can see the best of him then. Play Fornals there. Out on the left, whether he's fit or not, we've heard he's back in training, but there's question marks over him. If not, I'd move Fornals out to the left and then put Ben Rama in a central attacking midfield position. Maxwell Cornet. I think these two who are going to start there, I'll probably start Paqueta there as well. Paqueta as the right midfielder / left midfielder, floating around, and then my striker as Gianluca Scamacca. Let's get that grizzly bear really going for it, like he's going to eat that pizza. Let's see him go for it in terms of Gianluca Scamacca. We need to see him. We need to see him start firing, whether we need to change the system, get players more close to him, or whether he just hasn't reached his best yet. I think we're going to find this out very, very soon. But it would be a perfect game again for him to make it 3 in. Is it 3 in, 3 and 4? It would be in terms of the Conference League games. That would be excellent for him as well. So I think it's a very versatile attack. Paqueta, Cornet, Fornals, Lanzini in there as well. Playing a potentially that holding role, but moving up slightly if Coventry sits in that position as well. So we've got a very, it can change around, mix things up against Silkeborg, and really we should be getting the job done here with this lineup. I've used the squad depth to the best of its ability in this game, purely to the fact of hopefully we can have a fully fit and ready to go and not a lethargic squad ahead of our game against Everton on Sunday. Because for me, that's the priority, our game against Everton on Sunday. What would you do with our lineup? I am expecting Rice to start. If I'm honest, probably maybe either Zuma or Kera at a centre-back. Definitely not Coventry, perhaps. But I'm utilising the squad depth. And if I was David Moyes, this is what I'd do. And the great thing about it is, if at half-time it's not going well, we've got loads of players to bring on to change it in the second half. That's my lineup. What's your lineup? Put that in the comments section down below. Mine is very different, and I thought I'd jazz things up a bit. And of course, it's a landmark moment, bringing the big man back into the starting lineups, Craig Dawson. If you've enjoyed this video, drop a like on it. Subscribe to West Ham Official if you're new. That's it from me. Come on, your irons, and we'll catch you soon right here on West Ham Official. Cheers, guys, and bye-bye.